What's going on, everyone? Once again, the Lakers lose. Another game, another Laker loss, this time to the Miami Heat, dropping them to 14-21 on the season. And it wasn't a good game. Nobody really showed up. LeBron James is trying to do everything he can out there. Russ had some moments here and there. Walker and Austin Reeves, who have been like our two like solid contributors and key guys the entire season, had their worst games of the season. Both of them total goose eggs. Troy Brown is actually starting to like step up. Like he's actually been playing really good as of late, knocking down threes and shooting a really great percentage as of late. Hopefully that can keep up. And then, maybe some dominoes will fall into place and the Lakers can rattle off a couple wins in a row until Anthony Davis returns. We should hear some news and some update from Anthony Davis in the next 4 or 5 days or so, and hopefully get a better idea, better understanding of what's to come with the Lakers. And if the season is over or if they have an opportunity, are they going to do a trade? I imagine that all of that kind of rests on the information that we get in regards to Anthony Davis, right? If Anthony Davis is out for the season, then they probably just wash this season. This season's probably done. And then they just try to figure it out and regroup in the offseason, right? And they go a new direction, try to sign some free agents. At that point, they would have 3 draft picks technically that they could trade if they waited till after the draft. And maybe that opens the door for other deals. Now, if Anthony Davis can return, and he, say, returns in 2 weeks or something like that, well, then the season is salvageable, and it's like, okay, well, let's do something, right? And LeBron just sent a very big signal to the Los Angeles Lakers, in my opinion. In the post-game last night, LeBron was doing the usual interviews and stuff and was talking about, the game and the instance, and basically said, you need to trade for somebody. You need to do something because I'm not going to tolerate it anymore, essentially, or at least that's how I took it. Okay, we're done here. I'm tired of trying to kill myself to carry this team. I'm 38 years old. I still have stuff left in the tank, clearly, and I need to win. I want to win, and you're not doing your job to help me win. So here are some of the things that LeBron had to say. I'm a winner, and I want to win. And I want to win and give myself a chance to win and still compete for championships. That has always been my passion. That has always been my goal since I entered the league at an 18-year-old kid out of Akron, Ohio. I'm a winner. I want to win and give myself a chance to win and still compete for championships. Once you get there and know how to get there, playing basketball at this level just to be playing basketball is just not in my DNA anymore. He also added, I don't want to finish my career playing at this level from a team aspect. I want to still be able to compete for championships because I know what I can bring to any ball club with the right pieces. Again, I want to read that again. I want to still be able to compete for championships because I know what I can still bring to any ball club with the right pieces. Lastly, Dan says, LeBron James post-game made it clear that he's not willing to end his career playing meaningless basketball, that he again wants to compete for championships. As of today, the Lakers are 7 games under 500, again at 14-21. Now, I think that just screams, it's time to do something. I'm sick of this. Personally, I don't think LeBron James is going to be traded in the offseason. Also, I want to clarify for some, because I still get comments regularly, the Lakers cannot trade LeBron James this season. Can't be traded. The day that he is eligible to be traded this year is after the trade deadline. So there is literally no way, 0, 0, 0 chance that LeBron James can be traded this year. It's not like, maybe no. I mean, 0. So he can't be traded this year. In the offseason, there is an opportunity to trade him. I just don't see it. And maybe I could be completely wrong. Maybe a team is willing to go and trade for LeBron James. But the way I see it is you have a 39-year-old LeBron James that's going to make roughly $50 million. You have to match salaries, or at least come close within the 125% rule. Therefore, what championship team or, borderline contender, let's say a team out there that believes that they are a contender, and or they're just a piece away from a contender, and LeBron James is that answer. Who is trading the farm for a 39-year-old LeBron James that you might get 1, maybe 2 years out of, that can play at an elite level and help win a championship? What team is that? Because I don't see, like, Cleveland isn't trading all their young guys to go get LeBron James. Like, the Warriors probably aren't trading all of their young guys to go get LeBron James. And if they trade LeBron James, like, the Lakers don't want Draymond Green, right? Like, that's not what you're looking for. You don't want Draymond Green and a bunch of young guys. Like, maybe a middle of the pack team, but depending on what that team is, does LeBron want to go there? Like, does LeBron want to go to, like, one of the random, like, does he want to go to Memphis? Like, and would Memphis even work, right? And because of his salary, it's going to cost a lot. Like, the Lakers aren't trading LeBron James to Miami for Duncan Robinson and Kyle Lowry. Like, they're just not going to do that. It makes no sense, right? Especially when you don't have draft picks and things like that. Like, you're not going to go and ruin your franchise for the next 4 years just because LeBron wants to be traded. It's just not going to happen. So I just don't see a scenario where the Lakers trade LeBron James. And I believe LeBron knows that. Like, look, LeBron isn't stupid, right? Like, LeBron knows and understands how the league works, how things work, the amount of money that he took, and, like, the possibility of he being traded, right? Like, so he weighed and valued all of his options here. And look, from day one, he didn't go to the Lakers solely for basketball reasons. He went for his son. He went for his wife, his family, his kids. He went for business and to, life after basketball, that type of thing. Obviously, basketball is a part of it. He went to a historic franchise, that he believed could win championships and is known for winning championships. And he won a championship, right? Went and got Anthony Davis and they won a championship, right? But he didn't solely go there for basketball reasons. Like, if he wanted just sole basketball reasons, there were other teams he could have went to and probably won several championships by now. So there was more to it than just basketball reasons. And so I don't see a scenario where LeBron is leaving the Lakers. To me, this is LeBron screaming at the Lakers to do something, that he's putting it out there publicly now and through the media to kind of put pressure on Rob and Jeanie. Right? We know that Rob Pelinka had the Pacers deal, Buddy Hield, Miles Turner, and Jeanie is the one that vetoed it. She didn't want to do the deal because she didn't think, that it was enough, right? I got a whole video deep diving into that. If you want to check that out, you want some more information on it, go check that out. But, this to me is LeBron telling the front office and telling the organization, like, I'm not doing this. Like, we're not going to sit here and you're going to waste the last few years that I have left at a high level. I'm doing something that no one has ever done before and playing to a level that no one has ever done before. Now, to be fair, like, LeBron has a huge hand in this mess, right? Like, LeBron got everything he wanted. Like, the Lakers gave him everything. Rob Pelinka had, DeMar DeRozan, Buddy Hield at one point, all worked out, right? DeMar DeRozan told us publicly he thought the deal was done to go to the Lakers. The Sacramento Kings believed the deal was done to send Buddy Hield to the Lakers. But LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook had a meeting. They were hanging out. We saw, like, those images, and it was like, oh, that's weird that they're hanging out. Ha ha, I wonder if they would team up together. And then, like, a day later, it's like LeBron James and Anthony Davis want Russell Westbrook. And it's like, what? Like, that's a real thing? That ain't going to work. And then all of a sudden, like, a day later after that, it's like, the Lakers trade for Russell Westbrook. And it was like, okay, so we're going to see how this roller coaster goes. And for the most part, it was a failure, right? Like, Russ really has embraced the six-man role, and I think he's done a great job given the circumstances and just everything that he's had to sacrifice and the role he's had to play now. But there are, like, we need so much on this team, right? And Russ, with his salary and everything we had to trade and give up, like, if he was making $20 million, then I think that one, you wouldn't have had to given up as much to go get him, and two, you'd have more flexibility very likely to go get other pieces. But, him making, 47 million really does hamper it. Now, that's not Russ's fault, right? Like, Russ didn't trade himself to the Lakers. Like, Russ was offered the contract and signed the contract. So you can't hold Russ. Like, I see so many comments and just people in general that are like, Russ, Russ is $47 million, but he doesn't play like it, da 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 da. It's like, that's not the role that the Lakers asked him to do, right? Like, if the Lakers wanted him to go be a 25, 12, and 12 guy, he could go be a 25, 12, and 12 guy. But that's not what the Lakers are asking him to do. That's not what the Lakers want from him. He's capable of it, sure. We've seen him do it. So we know that he is capable of doing it. I mean, he's putting up triple-doubles off the bench. You don't think he could put up, slightly more triple-doubles if he was starting, right? Of course he could. But that's not the role that the Lakers want him to play. The money that he's making is irrelevant because, again, like, that's not what he's there to do. He didn't decide, he didn't get to the Lakers and say, well, now you're going to pay me 47. I was making 15, and now you're going to pay me 47. No, he already had that contract. So I don't hold the contract to him. I hold what the Lakers did in order to get that. And LeBron James did this. He made his bed, and now he has to lay in it. And if the Lakers can find a deal, you find a deal. Now, look, like, I want a trade as badly as the next person, right? I really do. Like, if you can find the right trade for Russ, trade Russ. If you can find the right trade for Bev and Nunn, trade Bev and Nunn. Whatever you have to do. To an extent, yeah, F them picks. But not to the detriment of the franchise, right? Like, and I understand people look at it as like, well, those are picks 5 to 7 years from now. Yes, but it is possible to do a deal that makes you worse, and now you're locked into that time. I mean, do you remember Timothy Mozgov and Luol Deng? Like, yeah, that was the Lakers trying to make a move just for the sake of making a move, just to appease fans and keep people happy, right? Like, we don't want that. We don't need that. LeBron is in this situation. If the Lakers can figure out a way out of that situation, then sure, right? You got a high-level LeBron James. You have Anthony Davis, who, when healthy, is arguably the best player on the planet. What do you do? I really think the Lakers need to sit down with LeBron James and say, can we trade Anthony Davis or should we trade Anthony Davis, right? Because LeBron wants Anthony Davis there, right? But it's like, what do you want, right? Do you want to win? Do you want us to try to go all in and win a championship with Anthony Davis, which if he's hurt, then you're screwed no matter what, dude. Or do you want us to try to trade Anthony Davis and get you other pieces and just wait? But in that case, you're going to have to be patient, right? Because right now, Anthony Davis has no trade value, right? Because, like, what team is going to sell the farm to go get Anthony Davis? And, they have to wait a month or several months for him to actually play his first game, right? So if you were to ever trade Anthony Davis, which I don't think they're ever going to get fair value for Anthony Davis, but if you can get close, again, the right deal, but that right deal isn't going to happen until the offseason. So LeBron's going to have to, if he wants that, then you're probably going to have to wait until next season. I don't know what trade the Lakers could do right this moment that would save the Lakers season without a healthy Anthony Davis. Nothing's changed. And I understand LeBron's frustrated. I would be frustrated too if I was him, right? He is doing everything in his power and trying to, torture himself to keep this team afloat, and it's just not working. He just doesn't have the pieces around him. This isn't a team that's constructed to win. Now, again, I don't really blame Rob for that because we got pretty much everybody that there was in free agency. Like, there wasn't any, free agency this year was terrible. Like, it wasn't like there was a bunch of free agents we just missed out on. No, literally, we got everybody that we could have possibly signed, we signed. Outside of, maybe Bruce Brown and Order Porter Jr., right? But he literally went to Toronto because of his wife. He took a discount. He said that. I went to Toronto because that's where my wife is from and I wanted to play there. I was offered more money elsewhere to several places, but I took the discount because I wanted to be there for my wife, right? So, who else were the Lakers supposed to get? They got everybody they could. Now, I believe that Rob made some decisions and choices because he thought he was doing a trade, right? I believe he got Dennis Schroeder, he got Patrick Beverly because he believed he was doing the Buddy Hield and Miles Turner deal, which then it would have made more sense, right? And then Jeannie ends up vetoing that trade, and it kind of just, shot any potential out, right? And that just kind of messed it all up. But I don't see a move that the Lakers can do, at least right now, right? Like, I think we're still at least 2 or 3 weeks away from being able to do a real trade that could make an impact. And it can't just be one, like, going and getting Bojan Bogdanovic is not going to save us, right? We need several players. We need several pieces, right? If Anthony Davis is healthy, we probably need about, 2 or 3 pieces. If Anthony Davis isn't healthy and he's going to miss quite a bit of time, then we probably need like 4 or 5 pieces just to weather the storm long enough until Anthony Davis can come. It's just going to come down to Anthony Davis. But we got to wait for Anthony Davis, and we got to wait to see what develops, because nothing is very likely going to develop till we get closer to the trade deadline. Because right now, teams don't want to trade. They have no incentive to trade. They have no reason to trade. And if you want to trade right now, it's going to cost you more. So the Lakers have to wait because they already aren't in a position of compromise, right? And having this just treasure trove of assets that they can use to kind of like, oh, hey, well, we're going to do that. And we all wish that like Rob could just call up and just be like, hey, we're going to give you this. You're going to give us that. Good. I'm sending the paperwork. Done. Boom. And it clicks. It just doesn't work like that. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section below. What did you think of LeBron's comments? You think that this was him saying he wants to be traded? Do you think that this is him saying, like, you need to make trades to get me some help? Or do you think, he's just frustrated? Whatever your thoughts are, however you feel, I'd love to hear them. Let me know down in the comments section below.